Hey everyone. So, I'm very happy because I am setting foot on the Yellowstone for the first time in 2025, and I'm very happy. It's probably gonna be a shorter one today because I'm very much still getting over this cold that I had, but we leave for our honeymoon in like 4 days, and I could not get out to the Yellowstone at least once before we leave. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can find. I'm hoping for some good stuffs. It just feels good to be standing on gravel again after so long. It has been a long time. Oh my goodness. Also, it is unbelievable out today. It's like mid 60s. First time I've been out and about in just a t-shirt in so long. So genuinely don't care what we find today. I am so happy to be just out in general. Are you a Jasper? Yes, but you're kind of meh. We'll leave you. Alrighty, well, that is a super calcified baculite. I'd call that a good first find of the day. We are officially on the board. Heck yes. Well, I'm seeing this might just be a fossily sorted day, which I am absolutely just fine with. Wow. That is super nice. Wow. Really nicely defined sutures on that one. I cannot stress enough just how good it feels just to be walking. Like, don't even need to find anything crazy today. I'm just so happy to be not in a bed. Ooh, that looks interesting. Ooh, yeah, that's some nacre. Now that is a good looking jasper. That is a tumbler jasper right there. Ooh, that's some chalcedony in there. Sweet. All right, well, there's our first rock of the year. That isn't a fossil. All right, well, I just split a rock because I saw that. And I was like, ooh, that's nice. Little baculite. But I caught something and we're stopping immediately. That right there is a nautilus. And I can tell that that is gonna be a decent one, in fact. So yeah, we're gonna stop where we are because that one's gotta get to the scribe. That is gonna be really cool. That looks like might actually be a really nice jasper. Not sure yet. Man, this feels so weird today. Because, you know, usually, oh my gosh, that is phenomenal. Let me flip this over. I'm sorry. One sec. That is so plumy. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is like 50-50 jasper and chalcedony. Wow, that's a nice one. Okay, that's our first real good find of the year. That is awesome. No, what I was starting to say, it feels weird. It's gonna feel really weird in this video because usually we, you guys know, we go out, we hunt, and then if we find fossils, we prep some. We always cut some of our rocks. Well, I literally can't do that in this video because I have like, I think we leave in 4 days. So I don't have time to get elbows deep in prepping and rock cutting at the moment, but I promise we'll whatever we do find in this video, we will be prepping and cutting the second we get back from our trip. But yeah, I don't believe I'm going to be able to get to any of them until we return. I picked this spot specifically because I have a track record of being irresponsible when I'm getting over a cold, by which I mean I will be like, okay, I'm not going to go out long, and then I push myself way farther than I should. I picked this spot because I didn't feel like waiting primarily. So, and it's not a huge area, so I'm kind of like forcefully limiting myself to not go too extra because I still have a bunch of stuff to get done. When this video comes out, we will definitely be overseas though. We'll be in New Zealand or Australia whenever this video comes out. That looks like a good jasper. That is a good jasper. Yeah, we might have to cut that one when we get back for sure. You know what? I'll set all of the stuff from today in a separate area so I know to do it like the second I get back. Ooh, wow. It's a very weathered, ceramic clam. That's pretty cool. I would leave it though. Okay, that's nuts. I just lazily tapped that rock and it just popped. That is a big baculite and another baculite next to it, and it looks like another one up above it. Dang. That is so cool. All right, well, yeah, definitely a fossil kind of day. Figures, because I don't have my hammer. This may just look like your average old dinged up baculite, but that thing is so calcified. That is gonna polish real nice. All right, we found baculites, jaspers, a freaking plume, and a nautiloid, which is nuts. So what we need is an ammonite, piece of petrified wood, and an agate, and I'm happy. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Or we could just keep finding insane baculites. That works too. I'll never complain about that. Look at these crystals. Oh, they're so pretty. I love fossils. Have I mentioned that? Alrighty, well there's 2 of our 3 more requirements. Our first piece of wood of the year, and that is really pretty. Kind of brecciated, that's awesome. All right, cool. We just need an agate and an ammonite, and we're good. Watch this. So, it's slowed down a little bit. I'm gonna set my bag down to give my shoulders a break, and we're immediately gonna start fighting stuff, because that's how it always works. Hey, well it isn't much, but there be our first agate of the year. Oh, actually, that's really pretty. That's a great tumbler. All right, so we've got 2 of our 3 down. We just need that one last thing, which is, of course, an ammonite. All right, I'm pretty sure this is just a clam, but it looks like it's going to be a good one. Let me see here. It's broken. Never mind. Interesting, though. That's a big old negative. Let me poke around this. I'll be right back. I remember what I said about putting your bag down, and then that's when you find big stuff. Got this piece out. 2 beautiful baculites there. Check this out on the backside. Bam. That is a huge baculite, but look at this one. That thing is just completely calcified. Look at the crystals up at the point. That is insane. Okay, well those 2 I'm gonna break down a little more, but they're gonna come get prepped, I think. Seriously, look at the crystals in this baculite. That is insane. Look at those dogtooths. Wow. That is so calcified. Alrighty guys, well there it is. Picked it up because I saw this beautiful, very calcified baculite. But what do we have right there? The first ammonite of the year. It's going to be a tricky prep because that looks like it's super calcified. It's also surrounded by baculites. We've got 1, 2, 3. So we'll probably have to come in from this side. Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, cool. We've found pretty much everything you can. Oh my gosh, look at that baby little calcified baculite. That is adorable. All right, well, I think I'm going to walk a little bit further. I'm going to leave my bag, which is going to encourage me to be picky. Very picky. And we're going to see if we can't find another agate that's maybe a little bit bigger. Other than that, everything has been perfect today. All right, if that's jasper, that's going to be real nice. Ooh, yes, it is. That is super pretty jasper. Yep, that's a keeper. That is so pretty. Wow. Man, there's some beautiful dendrites in there. Sweet. I made a very cool discovery with these casts semi-recently. I guess it was a while ago now. See how there's that green sheen right there? That is actually not from the ammonite. These are actually partially pyritized. So if we polish that, it'll just turn into a metallic shine. It'll be awesome. All right, so we've got jaspers, really nice jaspers. A plumey jasper, which I'm very excited to cut. Baculites of all range and sizes. Some crazy calcite inside of some of those. An ammonite, which is gonna be really nice once I get it prepped. And a freaking nautilus, like super not very common for this area. So that is very exciting. Plus a little piece of petrified wood and a little agate. I mean, can't really ask for much better on your first hunt of the year. That's freaking awesome. Would have liked a slightly larger agate, but hey, that was a chunk of ammonite. Wow. Yeah, that's ammonite right there. Dang, that's crazy. Hey, and there it is. A slightly nicer agate. I will happily accept that. Yay. Ooh, waterline. That is our first decent agate of the year. Not that the other one was bad, it was just tidy. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I would say that was a very good first hunt of the year. I'm very, 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 very happy. The only downside being I'm bummed now that it's gonna take a minimum of 3 weeks to start actually working on these fossils because they're gonna be really, really nice. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to the shop, get everything cleaned off, and I will see you there. All right, we're back. And I don't think I have the power. I tried, I really did. I tried to be at peace with it, but I just can't. I can't be. So we're gonna do a little bit of work. I know I have other stuff that I need to be doing, but
I just can't. I can't do a video where we go out and hunt and get stuff and not work on a little bit of it. So here's my compromise. We're gonna do 1 day of work. That's it. Whatever we can accomplish today is what this video will end up being. So I picked out one rock I want to cut. And while that's cutting, we're gonna prep probably the nautilus, because I really want to see what that's gonna look like. And if there's time, we'll do the ammonite too. So here's what we're looking at. We're gonna cut this one, which is super nice. Actually, nicer than I was expecting it to be. It's got all sorts of little bot pockets. It's very plumy. There's a ton of chalcedony in there. It's gonna be really nice, and I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like. I don't know what to expect, but it's gonna be good. Then we have this, which I honestly probably will do. Probably not the whole thing, but enough to uncover that ammonite, because we've got this beautiful, very calcified baculite here. Under it is another beautiful calcified baculite, which goes all the way up to here. That's the same one. There's another one right here, and then of course, obviously, that ammonite right there. So if there's time, I want to uncover the ammonite. I probably won't have time to do the whole thing, but I want to do that one, and for sure, I am at least uncovering this nautilus, because it's going to be real nice. It has me excited. I'm bummed that we lost a little bit of shell right there, but it should still be really good. So I guess I'm going to go load this up and start prepping. Okay, I'm gonna do more work on this later, at a later date, but I also have very limited time. So I'm gonna start on the ammonite. That is so cool though. Cute little nautilus. Alright, that one's done, and it's so insane, I'm going to make you wait to see it. That went way faster than I was expecting, and we're still waiting on the saw. So, let's go polish some baculites. Now that it's clean, you can really see what I'm talking about, well, what I was talking about at the river. See that kind of green hue? That is not ammonite. That is not nacre. That is oxidation on the pyrites. There's quite a bit of it, so I think if we polish this, even though it's just a cast, there might be some crazy stuff in there. So, let's see. Alright, I've reached the point where I'm about to have to leave for the day. So, as promised, this is all we're doing for today. So I'm being responsible, and I'm stopping right here with this video. We will do more work when I come back. So first off, here is that plume, and it is fantastic. I only cut 2 slabs because it was cutting real freaking slow, but that is so nice. Look at the fortification banding in there. Goes all the way through, a little smoky pocket, which is awesome. Super plumy though. Got a little slab. Slightly bigger slab. So very plumy. I definitely am cutting more of this rock. I just didn't have time. And how long it took to do those 2 cuts, I was like, yeah, I definitely don't have time to do another cut. So I just pulled it off for now, but that is going to be really nice. Looks like wherever there's a botryoidal pocket, it's going to have some really interesting fortification banding, so we will definitely cut more off of that when I get back. It's just, yeah, I did not have time to do any more today, but that is so pretty. I love this little pocket right here. Just gorgeous. Look at the smokies. And here are the baculites we prepped. So we did this one. I wasn't sure what to expect from this one because it's kind of deformed, so I only polished one side, but oh my gosh. It is so freaking pyritized. See that brassy color? That is so cool. Perfect pyrite sutures. How cool is that? Oh, that's so pretty. Just crazy. Yeah, ever since I got this one, I am looking a little more seriously at all of the casts that I see. Because, I don't know, usually the casts are nothing that you want, but after I got this one, I was like, yep, I'm gonna look at those casts a little closer, because
Turns out a lot more of them have pyrite than I thought they did. Like this one, which was the one I showed you originally. This one isn't completely pyritized, but man, there's a pretty big pocket that is. That's so cool. And then we got this one, which has some just fantastic sutures. This one isn't pyritized, but man, so pretty. Never gets old. Love them so much. And here are the two that we prepped. So we got this beautiful little nautilus. I had to stop there today. I'm gonna do more. Wish that shell wasn't so brittle and already fractured, but man, that is so cool. Ammonites are fairly on the semi-common range of things. Depending on where you are in the state, nautilus are kind of common-ish. I wouldn't say they're really common anywhere, but you can find them with semi-regularity. Where I was, they are not common. So this is a freaking awesome little find. I'm definitely going to do more prepping on it when we come back. But oh my gosh, this one came out insane, you guys. It's insane. That matrix was super, 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 super brittle. So it kind of all just fell apart, but the fossils were stable enough that they came out cleanly. So I kind of just reconstructed it, and I'm going to polish them later. Look at that ammonite. Remember, it was just that poking out. So the fact that it turned into such a nice scaphite is just crazy. Behind it is another baculite that is super calcified. And then, of course, behind both of them is that right there, which calcite pocket, calcite pocket. That thing is going to be crazy calcified. So again, don't have time today. Oh, look at that little chamber of crystals in there. Don't have time today, but when I get back, I'm going to polish all three of these, because all three of them are very, very, very calcified with phenomenal sutures. So that is going to be one insane specimen. We have much more that we're going to prep when I come back, as well as some from last year that I never got around to prepping. So we'll do a dedicated prepping video when I get back, but I just wanted to show these two really quick. First, you're like, oh man, it's broken. I could probably repair and patch it. But then after I saw inside, I decided, no, we're not doing that. Look at the crystals. Oh, it's so nice. So yeah, I think I'll probably prep and polish both sides, but I'm definitely not going to reattach them, because if I do, you will never see all of those beautiful crystals. And out of all of the baculites we found, this is definitely the one I am the most excited about. It's going to be insane. Look at that thing. That is a huge baculite. Like a little bit longer than my hand. And it is calcified all the way through from tip to tip. And that's actually barite in here. That darker crystal pattern in there is barite. So I definitely am going to prep this. I don't think I'm going to extract it, but it's going to get prepped and polished, and that thing is just, it's going to be insane. I am so excited about this one. That is definitely something to write home about. Also got this one, which is hiding some really nice color. So I'm going to probably prep off the back, this little knob a little bit. See, it's already trying to fall apart on me. And stabilize the shell and polish it, because that is going to be real pretty. And it already just stands up so nice on its own. Yeah, that's a nice one. And there's a decent amount more like that. So yeah, definitely just got to prep them when we get home. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for this one. I definitely was not planning on going out. It kind of just happened. I saw that it was 65 degrees. And kept thinking about the fact that it's going to be a long time before I actually can go back. So take the opportunity while I had it. And I'm really happy we did, because we found some absolutely phenomenal stuff. I can be very, 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 very happy with that being the first hunt of the year, because we got some insane stuff. I mean, this alone makes that trip worth it. That is such a cool specimen. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments. And this one, for me, absolutely this one. When this video comes out, I will be across the ocean, either in Australia or New Zealand. I don't know when this video is coming out, so I don't know for sure. But we will be literally going from northern tip of the North Island in New Zealand down to the southern tip of the Southern Island. So expect a whole lot of videos coming from that trip. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. And we're spending a week with Rookie Rockhounding, so for sure expect some Australia hunts coming very, very soon. I am beyond thrilled and nervous. I've never left the country, so it's kind of a huge leap, but it's gonna be awesome. This is like the dream trip we've always talked about for our honeymoon, so I absolutely cannot wait. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.